My name is Violet, and for 2 years, I worked extra hours, skipped vacations, and saved every spare penny to plan the perfect gift. A once-in-a-lifetime trip to Europe for my parents and me. Flights, five-star hotels, luxury tours, even special dinner reservations. I had mapped out every detail. It was supposed to be a celebration of everything they had done for me and a chance for us to share memories together. Before we dive into this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more unbelievable life stories like this one. Every subscription helps us bring you more powerful tales of betrayal, justice, and revenge. So let's get started. Friends, when the day finally arrived, the surprise wasn't mine to give. It was theirs. At 6:02 a.m., I pulled into my parents' driveway. My mom stepped outside, pulling her suitcase behind her, with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "You're late," she said cheerfully. I forced a smile. 2 minutes late, Mom. That hardly counts. But then I saw her, my sister Lauren, dragging her own suitcase down the steps. My smile froze in place. "What's going on?" I asked. My mom's voice was far too cheerful. "Oh, Violet, we decided Lauren should come instead of you. She's been so stressed and she really needs this trip." My chest tightened. "Instead of me? Mom, I planned this. I paid for everything." She waved her hand dismissively. "And we're grateful, sweetheart. But you work so hard. You can always take another trip later. Lauren needs this right now." Lauren didn't even look guilty. She smirked, leaning casually on her hip. "Thanks for understanding, sis." My dad shuffled out, avoiding my eyes, and handed me his suitcase like nothing was wrong. Something inside me cracked. Years of always being the afterthought, the one who worked, sacrificed, and provided, while Lauren was coddled and excused. It all hit me at once. But instead of exploding, I forced a smile. "Let's get going then." The car ride was suffocating. Lauren filled the silence with her chatter. "Oh my gosh, Mom. Do you think we'll have time to shop in Paris? I saw this TikTok about the cutest boutiques." My mom chuckled. "We'll figure it out when we get there." "We, not me." Dad cleared his throat. "Thank you for driving us, Violet. I know this feels unusual." I bit down hard. Unusual. That's one way to put it. Lauren leaned forward. "You're not mad, right? I mean, I could never afford this on my own. This is really big of you." I clenched my jaw. "Of course, Lauren. Enjoy the trip." By the time we reached the airport, my patience was fraying. As I unloaded the luggage, Mom hugged me. "Thank you for understanding, sweetheart. This means so much to us and to Lauren." "Sure, Mom." Lauren beamed. "You're the best, Violet." I stood there, numb, watching them disappear into the terminal. The trip that had been my dream for them was no longer mine. When I got home, I sat in silence. My suitcase, packed for Europe, mocked me from the corner. Then, slowly, a smile crept across my face. If they wanted to replace me with Lauren, fine. But they wouldn't enjoy my generosity without me. I opened my laptop. One by one, I canceled the hotel reservations, the luxury tours, the upgrades. Confirmation emails piled into my inbox. They'd still land in Paris. But instead of five-star hotels and private guides, they'd be on their own. For the first time in years, I felt a weight lift from my chest. The calls started the moment their plane landed. Mom's texts. "Violet, what's going on? The hotel says there's no reservation. Call me immediately. This isn't funny. Fix this now." Lauren's voicemail. "This is petty, even for you. We're stuck here because of you. Call the hotel and fix it." I laughed out loud. Me, the fixer. Always smoothing things over. Always cleaning up their messes. Not anymore. When I finally answered, Mom's voice was sharp. "What did you do?" "The hotel says everything was canceled." I spoke calmly. "I canceled them." Stunned silence. "Then, why would you do that?" "Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you replaced me with Lauren on a trip I paid for. You're lucky I even drove you to the airport. You're being dramatic. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just done being your doormat. I hung up and turned off my phone. The silence was bliss. For days, voicemails piled up. Mom, furious and embarrassed. Lauren, whining and entitled. Dad, disappointed and guilt-tripping. When I finally answered Dad's call, he tried reason. You've always been the reasonable one, Violet. This isn't like you. I laughed bitterly. You're right, because I'm not cleaning up your mess. Not anymore. You're punishing the whole family over one decision, he argued. One decision? I snapped. Try years of being overlooked, of being told Lauren's needs came before mine. This was just the final straw. Silence. He didn't have an answer. And for once, I didn't care. When they finally returned, I was waiting on their porch. Lauren stormed up first. Well, I hope you're happy. Our trip was a disaster. Mom waved her hand. We stayed in dingy hotels and ate terrible food. Do you know how embarrassing it was? I sipped my coffee. Sounds rough. But hey, you wanted to take Lauren. That's not the point, Mom snapped. You set us up to fail. I stood.
No, Mom.
I planned a trip for the three of us. You cut me out. Why should I fund something I wasn't invited to? Dad shook his head. Canceling everything was extreme. Was it? I shot back. You wanted me gone, but still wanted my effort, my money, my sacrifice. Not anymore. Lauren rolled her eyes. You're so dramatic. It's just money. I turned on her, my voice icy. Do you have any idea how hard I worked for that money? Or do you just assume everything will always be handed to you? For once, she didn't have a comeback. I looked at them all, tired, angry, still entitled, and finally said what I'd been holding in for years. I'm done. You don't get to cut me out and still expect me to take care of you. Not anymore. I grabbed my bag, walked to my car, and didn't look back. For the first time in years, I felt free. Grace, my best friend, came over. I heard what happened. Your mom called me. Of course she did, I muttered. Grace smirked. I told her you were busy and would call when you were ready. I laughed. You're the best. No, she said seriously. You are. Because you finally stood up for yourself. Her words stuck with me. In the weeks that followed, I started living differently. I redecorated my home with things that felt mine, not hand-me-downs. I explored new hobbies, joined groups, and even planned a solo trip to Italy with the money I had saved. For once, I was living on my terms. Italy was magical. Rome, Florence, Venice. I wandered freely, ate incredible food, and sat for hours journaling in little cafes. For years, my goals had always been about making my family proud. But now I wrote new ones. I'll learn a new language, start a small business, travel to 5 more countries. Each goal was mine and mine alone. On my last night in Florence, I watched the sun set over the Arno River, and for the first time in my life, I felt whole. When I returned home, my parents tried to reach out with softer tones. Hope you had a nice trip, Mom texted. Maybe we can talk soon. Eventually, I answered a call. Her voice was quiet. Maybe we handled things poorly. Poorly, I said. You replaced me on a trip I planned and paid for. That's not poorly, Mom. That's betrayal. She hesitated. We didn't realize how much it would hurt you. That's the problem, I said firmly. You never do. But I'm not going back to the way things were. Not this time. She promised to do better, but I wasn't holding my breath. Whether or not they changed wasn't my responsibility anymore. I was finally free. For years, I thought love meant sacrifice, giving everything until there was nothing left for me. But I learned something important. Real love doesn't demand you erase yourself. I wasn't their doormat anymore. And as I booked my next trip, I knew one thing for sure. This time, it was all for me.